here for The Between, Lilacs in the Dark, episode 10. Wow. Alrighty, so just as a review, real quick, we're going to be doing some masks and then heading into night phase, a London night phase. Yeah, if whomever wants to start with their mask, just remember to narrate tell us what the prompt is and then narrate. Yeah.
I'll go. I have each hunter narrates a flashback to a time they felt released of all their burdens. So we have this scene start somewhere off the coast of Italy. Lady Ross Carter in her mid 40s at this point. We see her hiking alone. Perhaps we have a nice drone helicopter shot as we see her tromping through the fields there, and she's wandered off from her guides. She's like been chasing a rumor of stones that are like markings of oil seepage coming up from the ground. But she's off on her own, and we see the sky starts to darken as the evening rushes in. And then up ahead, she notices in a large dirt clearing there are torches in a circle, and there's a small crowd that has gathered around these torches, or with these torches they've gathered around in a circle, and they're shouting and stamping their feet and cheering. And she approaches, and in the center are two men wrestling, bare chested. Their bodies are like slick with oil, and they move like bears, and they're grappling and twisting and slamming each other against the ground. Their echoes, like grunting echoes, just bounce through the dark night at this point. One man even like crashes really hard right at her feet. And normally this is the kind of thing that she might be a little perturbed by, but with this crowd around her and erupting, she finds it kind of fascinating, and she starts to cheer and laugh. And she even grabs the bottle of wine that gets passed to her, and she takes a big swig. And as she's watching and cheering, the time starts to slow. The wrestlers' movements slow. She studies their movements. She's entranced by their strength and their techniques. The hands grabbing and prying and pushing. She's fascinated by all of it. There are a few moments like this in life that have excited her. Ledgers and drilling and making money is all good in games, or all good and fun, but this has something different. And she just catches herself almost in slow motion, yelling into the circle, "Take that mother down!"
I'm I was typing frantically, so I'll need to improvise the end. So this would have actually happened. So this is a bit of a flashback. This goes back to when Taggard showed up at Hargrave House and introduced himself and blah blah blah. And I'd like to retcon that. He had I believe we said that Jack had answered the door. And after that he finally like Taggard says, well well then, I need you to give this to her when next you see her, and we'll take it from there. And then he leaves. And the envelope is so I guess later when Rose finally does return, and Jack hands her the letter. um she says, thanks, Jack. Oh, thanks, Jack. She then looks at the envelope, and her mood immediately darkens. She seems utterly taken aback. God damn it, they found me. She sighs deeply, purses her lips, and without further word walks up the grand staircase to her room. She shuts the door and locks it, then sits on her bed as hazy sun streams through the open curtains. She stares at the front of the envelope. Ms. Mildred Russell, a.k.a. Rose Larrabee, Hargrave House, London. On the back, the letter is sealed with red wax, with a stylized R pressed into the wax. God damn it, she sighs again. She pulls out her Bowie knife, flicks it open, slices through the seal. She then pulls out the letter, written on fine robin's egg stationery. The handwriting was immediately familiar. Dearest Mildred, it pains Mother and I dearly that you left home without a word, and every day of the past 3 years we have both prayed that you would return home and knock on the door. Despite your disgraceful disappearance and dalliance with those roughneck hooligans in Texas or wherever you've put yourself on display, we would welcome back our prodigal daughter with open arms. Roger has been bereft since your disappearance. As I'm sure you're aware, marrying into the Westcott family would greatly increase both of our families' fortunes. Your disappearance has greatly impeded several financial initiatives. We truly require you to return to Boston for your impending nuptials. In order to expedite your return, we have retained the services of Mr. Taggard, who I'm sure you remember from the unpleasantness with William Prescott 5 years ago, and you know what he is capable of. Rose, my dear, it would behoove you not to resist, for he is under orders to return you to Boston in irons if it comes to that. But I'm sure you will finally come to your senses and return home and resume the duties that we truly expect of you. Sincerely and with love and adoration, your father, Richard Russell.
Ew. Okay. So, since we had been missing you for a bit, there is a question that you needed to answer, and I pardons if I missed it in the chat, but you know Winslow Taggart, as you've alluded to, by reputation, ruthless and corrupt. What criminal scheme was he known to be involved in back home?
William Prescott was another wealthy family and was a banker and was basically her father's family was somehow in Rose is unclear on the details because her father was tight-lipped about such things. But he retained the services of Mr. Taggard to fix the situation. And not long thereafter, this Prescott guy was found. This Prescott guy was found was pulled out of the Charles River, floating face down. And those financial troubles suddenly turned into her father's favor. So she knows this guy is ruthless. He is not above murder.
He's a fixer, basically. All right, cool. Well, not cool, but you get it. And just as a reminder, the question that you need to answer for the Pinkerton is what unsavory scheme is Taggart pursuing while he's in London? So you resolve the threat by confronting Taggart with his shady dealings and convincing him to leave London, which is a complexity 4. So obviously it's not just bringing you back in irons that he's here doing business. All right, so that's only one of the things that you all have to deal with. Another thing that you have to try to tackle is the Order of Azure Eyes. Is it real? No. So since it's not real, you have to find out what Dr. Clauser is really up to, and you have to confront him and satisfy yourselves that he either means no harm to London, and barring that, you have to put a stop to his plans for a complexity 4. Alrighty? And then finally, Figs Pigs, you came up with a resolution for La Hortensia, and if anybody remembers the details on that, or did you put it down in the notes? I don't know, but you did get it with a 14, so players have narrative control over how you want that resolution to look. She'll be there, you can talk to her, do whatever you wish, all right? And then that would leave the remaining question: what type of victim does Obert Fig prefer? You would be the last of the Figs, and then that would be the complete resolution of the Figs Pigs threat. To resolve that particular question, lure Obert Fig to you and then capture or destroy him. Also complexity 2. Okay? Let's see. Clues. I mean, you have
And
3 clues.
I think the other players are going to will have to refresh my memory as to what the story of La Hortensia was, because I don't remember. It's been a few weeks.
She had there was a soldier who was a kind of a customer of
Right.
the pie shop who took a fancy to her and promised to take her away from all the madness, but her husband got wind of it and baked him in a pie and made her eat some of that pie.
Her hands aren't completely clean, though.
Oh,
Oh no,
no, she was
not at all.
like she participated in the madness, certainly, but but we can it, I think what we said at the time is that she's willing to turn herself in and face the music to, if it will basically kind of turn state's evidence is sort of what we were talking about, I think.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So, given that, let's see. And then we decided that we were going to do a London night phase. So that brings on an unseen as well. Let's see. We're going to do Billingsgate Fish Market. While you're trying to figure out what you want to do for night phase. The blurb for Billingsgate is: the fish market at Billingsgate, within the bounds of the city of London itself, is the largest in the world. Even in the dead of night, it is a hive of activity as the porters, traders, and fishwives prepare for the return of the trawlermen before the sun rises over the Thames. Stalls are scrubbed ready for the day's catch, and lamps lit on the wharves. Prompt 1 should go to... If somebody wants to go ahead and type these in, since I see somebody in there already. Prompt 1 should go to Mike. Prompt 2 can go to Jim. And prompt 3 can go to Clint. And prompt 4 is a paint the scene, which goes to everybody. Okay? So Mike, Jim, and then Clint, and then paint the scene for everyone for the 4th prompt. So that's the unseen. What do people want to do? I know Jack is dead. Deceased. Sorry. I have figured out a way to at least have somebody discover him.
Sure.
No worries. At least not yet. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. But what do the other two want to be doing?
So I wasn't here last week, so and I don't have the video. So would it make sense for me to discover the deceased
Oh, yeah.
Jack?
Oh, no, I like, if you want to, yes, you can.
I would love to.
But I would like to know where you were intending on going so I can kind of give you placement.
Okay, so we don't know where Jack is deceased. That's kind of what I'm asking.
Like he basically
Yeah,
got shot through the head by Taggard. But
he went to so last week Jack went to confront Taggard at the hotel where Taggard is staying in by pretending to be Taggard and like convincing the clerk to give him the key to the room, which he went into, and
Taggart was
um
there.
like while he was snooping around, he hears a flush from the water closet, and Taggart steps out and
And
after a brief confrontation, like shot him literally right between the eyes.
yep, right in the face.
And yeah, but Taggard's gonna move him, obviously. So you just tell me where you want to go, and I will.
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm curious about Order of Azure Eyes still.
Sure.
Uh, and
You have.
I'm going to break into somewhere tonight.
Well, let's see.
Now we have the doctor's office or the doctor, and then Eugene Paulson. He was the little swarmy organizer guy, right?
Yeah, he's hosts at his place for the salon itself.
Was there anyone else connected to this that we've come across?
I mean, Annabelle Fitzgerald was the one who brought it to your attention, but
Mhm.
she's one of the members. And Harrison Leeds was one of the people, was the victim who died, and
I think
he had quarters in the Footman's Inn.
I think I want to go check out Harrison Leeds' uh, home to
Okay.
see what is to be found
Yep.
there.
And his stuff would probably still be at the Footman's Inn. Okay. So I'll send you over there.
Thank you.
Let's see. And then Larrabee, you're going to be on the prowl, obviously. What would you like to be doing?
I'm pretty pissed off about that letter, and basically I want to see what yeah, I think I'm going to be prowling. I think I'm going to be prowling around. I think I want to try to. I don't think I want to confront Taggart, but I think I want to like track him down and tail him and see what he's up to
Mhm.
and find out who he's talking with. Find out who he's talking with, and after he leaves, go talk to them myself. And if I remember correctly, I did get a 12 plus on the quickening.
Yeah.
So
So you'll be able
so
to
I think
formulate a clue like at
yeah.
dawn.
Yep.
So yeah, just keep that in mind for
Yep.
when you create something. But anyway, so given that, and Jack, like I said, be deceased. Um, Somebody has to. What is it? Intimate scene with your body? Is that what it is?
If there's the opportunity, somebody, if they want to, can have a scene with my body. Otherwise, you as the keeper can just tell me where I come to.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty. I think before we completely start night phase with the first unseen, I think what we end up seeing is we see Taggart bribing one of the uh, not ushers. What am I trying to say?
One of the bellhops.
One of the bellhops. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's bribing one of the bellhops with some kind of currency or whatever. We don't quite see it. But anyway, he bribes him to help him remove extra laundry from the room and bring it downstairs to a cart, which he pays off um, as well to bring it as far away from the Langham as possible to dump it along the way. And perhaps this cart will be somewhere. We'll see. We'll see where where this cart dumps off. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the first unseen. Alrighty. Mike. David Mendez, a Sephardic Jew, has a stall selling battered fish and chipped potatoes deep fried in a vat of oil. Workers on their way home from a late shift stop for a hot meal. Who stops by and what do they vent about as David prepares their food?
So it's a couple of fishermen. Um, their boat has come in early. They are, their boat came in around dusk, and they've spent the rest of the evening unloading their wares. And now they're heading back home to, um, and heading back home to catch some sleep before the next day. But they are talking about the fact that they when they um, yeah in the when they were coming back, there I think there was an accident on the boat, and um, someone uh, you know there's an accident on the boat that involved like I think someone caught a fish hook in the face. And they thought it was pretty bad. But they were especially annoyed that that once they got in, their boss, the captain of the captain, they wouldn't let the injured person like leave to get like real professional treatment and like with an actual doctor until they finished out unloading all the fish. You might want to be wary about getting fish from that, because there's a lot of some of the blood that's on that fish isn't from the fish.
All right. So, I think, let's see. Lady Ross Carter, you find yourself in your carriage, of course, and you're behind a very slow moving cart.
What is taking so long?
It's a very slow moving cart, Mum. It's a bit wide. Can't really get past him.
It's nighttime. Shouldn't they be at home?
I can try to get him to move over, Mum.
I think we have a shot of me like see Lady Ross Carter's like head hanging out the side of the husband, and she just yells up ahead. She's like, "Move it!"
Okay, all right. Fine. And then like very slow, like kind of like shuffling over, like maybe it's like not even like true horses. Maybe it's like a couple of donkeys or something like that. And like this like double wide cart or whatever is like just starting to move over. And the cart has like a whole bunch of odds and ends as your carriage passes it, and you see like this um clumsily wrapped white sheet with a fancy duvet that's kind of wrapped around it as well, but it's almost like a half peeled banana, because then you can sort of see a face peeking out of it, and lo and behold, it's Jack's face, rather
I
dead looking.
I hit the top of the cab and I say, "Hold up, hold
uh,
up!
Oi, oi, and then like you feel the carriage stop.
Is there someone driving this other cart?"
Yeah, there's a like a very weary looking uh patchy coat, kind of like a weird looking tradesman. Um,
Well, I don't get out. I just kind of like move to the other side of the cab and I stick my head out and I say, "Excuse me, sir. Where did you get your cargo this evening?"
oh, it's a bit of odds and ends, Mum. I saw.
Well, it does look odd, yes. Do you know you have a dead body in the back?
The oh,
Ah, apparently you don't know too much. Do you
just
know what a dead body looks like?
eh, eh. Someone will get better.
Well, you know, you're right. This one might get better. You
I
know what?
I have some.
How about I take this one off your hands? And I get
Okay.
out and I actually like lift up the sheet fully just to make sure it is who I initially thought it was.
Yeah,
And
but you see the distinct like mark of like a bullet hole like right through the center of his head.
and I go through the whole thing. I put my hand on the throat, and you know,
Dead as a doornail.
and I'm like, hmm. And I look at my driver and I look at the other guy who's driving this cart. I say, "Well, just don't stand there. Go ahead and throw the body up top."
You sure, Mum?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, all right. All right. And then like, your coachman gets down and like, we'll help the the slower slower guy like, get the thing, like,
Yeah,
lift it up.
maybe not like on top, but there's like a little luggage compartment in the
Yes,
back.
yes, that's what I meant. Like,
The
yeah.
boot. Yeah.
Yeah, the boot.
Yeah. And and like as they're like putting this body back there, I look at my driver and I say,
You sure you want this, Mum? I mean, it's just right on
"Well,
the back. Ah.
yeah, be quiet. I want you to go back up and get in your spot and tell me when this wagon has gone away."
Certainly, Mum.
And I'm gonna stand back there and uh, I, I've heard that this is a thing. I have yet to see it, and I don't know what Dr. Ellsbury, Dr. Whitford would be doing, but I think we kind of have a shot of me like kind of looking at this body and going, just kind of smacking the cheeks.
You you may describe how my mortal wound engrosses, arouses, or repulses you.
Excellent. So I like kind of smack, just kind of like, "Jack, wake up," and nothing happens, and I like look really close and I like pick up your head perhaps and move it back and
Hmm.
forth and squeeze the forehead where the bullet went through. Just kind of look and I pick up and maybe looking for an exit wound, and I don't know if there is. Is there?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like probably half the back of my skull is
Okay.
gone.
And I'm
pretty
like,
much.
oh, and I'm like, well, Jack, you're gonna have to help me out here. This is way too gross for me, and I have no medical training. And I like start like pulling your legs a little bit to see if there's like a combination of
Yeah, and I
things.
think it is one of those things where when you look away from my face, like you say, to kind of like, like see if you can pull my boot off or something like that, there's a ah, 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 and I sit up and I'm completely healed. It's not like Wolverine style, it knits back together or anything like that. Like you look and boom, you know, I'm fine.
Oh, I
Uh,
apparently I hit the right spot.
You're right there, Mom.
Lady Ross Carter, thank you for coming to fetch me.
Oh,
Um,
it was complete luck. I'm surprised I even looked out the window.
oh, that's well, all right. It's not luck. Hmm,
Angels
there
among
are
us, is that what you're going to say?
no, I don't think it's angels, but there are forces that see to it that I never get to rest for very long.
Hmm.
So, um, I regret that they've drawn you in. But
Oh, no, it
uh,
was quite interesting. I've not yet got to experience this.
well, I suppose that's true. It's uh,
Now tell me, do you feel when you're healing?
it's not healing as such. I My last memory is of uh uh sorry, what's that as a player?
I don't think there would be much of a memory. From what I could tell, your entire brain was gone.
What's the Pinkerton's name again?
Taggart.
Taggart.
Taggard. The last thing I remember, Mr. Taggart pointed a pistol at my face, and here's an interesting thing about being shot. I saw the plume of smoke, but only heard the first part of the retort before I was sitting here with you.
Hmm. Very interesting. Well, I am going to go do a little bit of B&E this evening. Are you game?
Absolutely. Uh, I mean, do you wish me to accompany you in the breaking or the entering or both?
Uh, you probably be better at breaking, my guess.
Very well.
I hadn't quite figured out how I was going to get in there just yet. We're going back to and I say the boarding house that the poor Mr. Leeds had once lived.
Footman's in. Yep. Alrighty. So we're gonna cut over to Larrabee. So Larrabee. Yeah, I mean maybe what the hell? Why am I losing words? Not stalk. You're doing damn.
Stalk might be the right word.
Stock. I was going to say stock.
Okay, maybe it is. All right.
Stock might be the word.
Sorry,
She's more tailing him, but
yeah. But I mean like you're oh god. Like you're lying in wait. I guess it is. You're lying in
it's
wait for Taggart to leave his damn room, right? Um like you missed the part where he paid off the the cart to take Jack away. But yeah, he goes back up to his room, fixes himself up, comes back down, and then starts to go about his way about town, right? And
I'm gonna
so,
I'm gonna tail him at a distance.
okay.
I've got. I mean, at this point, Rose has like really heightened senses right now, so she is just kind of like doing her best to like mingle in the crowd.
Mhm,
I think she might have. I think uncharacteristic for Rose, since she wants to trail him without drawing attention to herself. I think
mhm,
she might be. She's like dressed more or less normally. She's not dressed like she's stepped out of a Western show. I
good.
think the only I think the only thing that's I think the only tell is that she's still wearing her Western boots, but she's otherwise wearing like a more or less normal looking like London attire dress here because again she's trying to follow this guy and not draw attention to the fact that she's an American and is dressed like she's from a Wild West show. But she absolutely under her, under her jacket, She absolutely has her has her pistol in a hip holster.
Sure. Okay. Well, I mean, like basically, I think you'll fit in quite well because at this point, he looks like he's getting ready to take in a show. Like he's kind of wandered over to head towards the Covent Garden, like where they have the markets in front, like with all the flowers and like some of the vendors out there before the theater starts. So you being dressed better and more in keeping with London social, with London society will definitely blend as he's like looking among the vendors and like kind of smelling flowers and all this other junk.
I'll also make one note about Rose's attire is that she's remarkably well put together, as if
Mm,
she knows exactly how to dress for society.
sure. Yeah. I mean, like everybody else is like, not really noticing. I mean, like they're, maybe you're getting some some admiring glances even from some of the gentlemen because I mean, like, you cut a fine figure in your outfit. Um, and so, you kind of wander behind Taggart as he's making his way and doing stuff. Um, he looks like he's sort of talking with folks, not the people that are actually at the booths, but people that are kind of in between. Like as if they're just passerby, but not really. Yeah? So go ahead and make an information move if you'd like.
Like, yeah, so I think I'm trying to be so
Composure
it's
for
gonna be composure.
stealth. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that works. Okay, so let me just take a look at my let me take a look at my personal quarters, see if I've got anything that would come in handy here.
Sure. Well, let's see your conditions and shit. Let me see. And for some reason, here we go. It's slow.
What are my conditions?
Demurely curious. Oh, I'm not going to hold that against you. That actually helps. That actually helps.
Okay. I don't think anything here is really narratively appropriate, so I'm just gonna roll 2d6 plus my composure, which means I'm rolling 2d6. I got a
Whoa.
10.
Jesus. All right.
We're
Okay.
in a 6 on the dice.
Nice. Okie dokie. So, on a 10, let's see what you get here for the Pinkerton. So tell me, like, what how you're tailing him, and while I figure out a clue that you find.
Um, so I think I've so I think Rose is like, she's like gotten up like it's London. There's people handing out pamphlets or broadsheets or whatnot. She's like picked one and she's kind of like holding it by her face as if she is like, as if she's like reading it, but she's really not. It's kind of a prop to like it's kind of a prop, but as she's as she sees Taggart like talk to some of these people, um, she's like making a distinct note as to who these people are and
Mm-hmm.
like which direction they're walking.
Mm-hmm.
To see if there's, and she's trying to put together like any sort of connection between these individuals. And she's also trying to like sear them into memory, especially if she like, gets close to them. She like sniffs the air to see if she can like, notice any, particular scent from them that might
Mm-hmm.
give a clue as to where they are. Um,
Nice.
and again, her night vision is particularly good right now.
Okay. And in fact, I'm gonna say, given all that, which is actually pretty good, is that I think you notice because you hone in on it really well because of your sense of sight and smell. You notice very quickly that everyone that he is talking to, like as he talks to them and you pass by, they might be still grouped or maybe they kind of surreptitiously start to move away, but you're still tracking them as they go along. Whoops. I'm sorry if I blanked out a clue because that shouldn't have happened. Fuck. Excuse my language. There we go. Hold on. Trying to get it into. There we go. Okay. So you notice that each of these people, they are wearing a red kerchief in some way, shape, or form. It's almost as if the red handkerchief has a particular scent, his scent. And you notice that they're all red in some way. I mean, like, and they're not all wearing them like around their neck or anything like that. Maybe like one has it tied in a cravat kind of way. Maybe somebody else has it as a pocket square. Maybe somebody else has it like out of a, hanging out of the back.
Got it.
Whatever.
I think at one point while she's tailing him, she'll, again, when he stops to talk to them, she stops at she stops at like a fish and chips store to just gets gets a small order to again not draw attention not draw attention to herself. She's just in here like she's just out here like getting a bite to eat and seeing what the vendors are seeing what the vendors wares are for sale, but she's absolutely watching them the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to see here and there's a lot to smell here, but you're able to still track him because like your senses are so heightened. And I think we're going on to the next unseen. So, Jim.
Yeah.
Maggie Dillon is a fishwife of middle years with a lifetime's experience in the market. As the catch comes in and she bargains with trawlermen and customers, how do we see that this is her domain and she refuses to fit the mold of genteel womanhood?
It is certainly true that she is not squeamish in the least regarding the bloody and reeking business of handling the catch through every stage of its arrival, processing, and eventual sale. But she is hardly the only woman present who is willing to roll up her sleeves and plunge up to her elbows in fish guts. It is Margaret's facility with profanity that sets her apart. It might tempt one to clutch their pearls and declare that she curses like a sailor, but none of the old salts she harangues have anything approaching her virtuosity with a four-letter turn of phrase.
Awesome. And coming back to Lady Ross Carter and Jack, you are outside of the Footman's Inn. You really intend on breaking and entering? Or you plan on, like, kind of swapping in here?
If someone is available to let us in, that seems like it would be much easier.
Let's see.
If this is a boarding house, there's probably someone who does the boarding.
Yes. I think when you enter in, I mean,
I think I knock first.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, let me ask you first. How is Lady Ross Carter dressed?
Thank you for asking. She's not wearing her nicest gown, obviously. She's out to go get into some mischief. So probably like a dark dress. Her hair's pulled back. No makeup or anything. She's just kind of pseudo slumming it.
And I'm hoping or thinking that maybe, Jack, you cleaned up slightly from your...
Probably what I did was borrow the footman's jacket. Yeah, the jacket that I got at the hotel, if you recall, as is my want. When I walked in, I got the jacket. That's not going to be in great shape because of the back of it will be kind of
Bloody.
a mess.
Yeah.
So I probably just shucked that and asked the footman or whatever, the coach driver, for his jacket, promising that I would make good to him.
Okay.
Actually promising that Lady Ross Carter would make good to him.
Yeah, he kind of gives a look and says,
I think I probably insisted on this because I saw your condition and I was not about to, even though I'm in my less than fine wear, I was not to be seen walking around with someone such as that.
Right. I mean, like it's not like, he's dressed to the full nines. I mean, like it's a nighttime
Yeah.
like working.
No, I mean if you look at my picture here,
Hmm.
this is pretty much how I'm dressed most of the time.
Yeah,
A fairly simple shirt, maybe a little vest or something like that.
sure.
And if I need a jacket, then I just,
Yeah,
catch as catch can.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. So anyway, yeah, when you knock on the door, there is a fellow with a beer belly and a lazy eye that kind of peeks out and is like, "Oh, right, you need a room."
Yes.
Oh,
Myself and my dear mother
oh, oh, oh,
would
travel
like
far.
yes, we're weary travelers, sir, seeking accommodation.
Ah,
Me and
right.
my dear mother.
Thank you, Sonny.
Uh, all right. And then, like, as he opens up the door to let you in, you notice that he has a rosary hanging from his belt. Um, Name's George. I'm the innkeeper here. Do you want I can give you accommodation in a room each, or it'll be like give you a big old room with maybe a bed and a cot. What do you need?
How many rooms do you have here?
It's we've got
Do you
but,
find that they're always full? Have you had any recent vacancies?
well, we get all sorts, Mum. We
Well,
get the travellers, and we get like some that stay a while. Uh,
mother, he is offering us a room, so clearly he has a vacancy.
Just nice to know some of the details about the comings and goings.
and then like he kind of like leans into you, Jack, and says, "It's like I get it, I get it. It's like they get really curious as they get older. No
Uh,
worries."
and I elbow him and nod, and say, a single room with a bed and a cot will do just fine, my good man.
I'm not sleeping on a cot.
Oh, no, 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 of course not, mother. It will be just like old times in the old, when we lived on the moors.
I think I'm
Oh,
kind of like walking around the room now, and I start asking about do you have any food available tonight, or do we have to wait till the morning?
oh no, 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 no. Far be it from me to be a bad host. So let me go ahead and rustle up something. But let me give you your room keys first. Hold on, hold on. Room key. You said one. Yeah, the bed
Yes,
and
yes,
cot. Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
All right. So he goes behind the bar, and then he quickly like, if I could have you sign in here, and that'll be for tonight. Will it be for just tonight, or will it be for a few nights? What do you think?
Well, for tonight, it'll just be for tonight, and then I suppose we'll see what the morrow will bring, won't we, my good man?
All righty. That'll be 5 shillings, please, and then I'll go ahead and give you your room key, and I'll rustle up some food for your mum.
And I nod, and I look at Lady Ross Carter for the 5 shillings.
I slowly open my purse and I dig around and I find the smallest possible denomination I can, and I hand that to you. I say, "Will this be enough?"
That's only tuppence, mother. We
Oh,
actually need,
and I fish out some more.
and we'll do this little routine for
Sure.
a minute or
Yep.
two until I have a handful of, whatever loose change that I then ching onto the counter for him.
I can understand that. It's like sometimes it's just so hard, as he's like, signing you in and all this kind of stuff,
Mhm.
to just pull it together for travel these days. But at least you're not, like rolling the dough like these dratted toffs. Huh. And he sniffs.
And I, take the quill or the pen, whatever, and and I dip it, and I kind of cuff my sleeve, and I, you know, like lean and squint hard as if it's hard for me to read the book and stuff like that. But as I'm doing this, I am scanning the other names in the ledger that
Sure,
he
sure.
has handed me to see if I can discern anything from that.
I mean, like you can see from the ledger that it's got there's like there's like a column for established lodgers, and then there's a column for, of
I mean,
course, guests.
can I make an information move here to see if I can get anything useful? Or
Sure, absolutely.
all right, so
Definitely reason, because I mean, like,
yep.
you're doing this normally.
Yep.
Let's see, do you have anything? Do I hold anything against you?
I have no conditions right now because when because I have no social or psychological conditions because my
Deceased.
physical conditions get cleared when I'm no longer deceased.
Got it.
But let's see. I am going to
Anything you want to add for advantage?
mark here.
While Jim's looking at that, I think
Yeah, please.
what Lady Ross Carter is going to do is she's going to follow this guy back into the kitchen and kind of just play curious, like, oh, what do you do? While my son goes and gets the room ready.
Gotcha.
I think what is my reason flat? I think it's flat. I'm just gonna roll it.
Okay.
See what happens. And if something interesting happens at something, then that'll be something interesting. It's an information move and not a night move. So, but there's an 8, so that'll get us a clue with the complication.
Yep. Sure. And you're looking at the book, yeah?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see what
You
you've
know,
gotten so far.
and whatever else may be, scattered about the desk and or whatever it is that might
Sure.
be that I might be able to catch a glimpse of.
Yeah. The trick is also like making sure that I don't give you a repeat clue from
Yeah,
before.
sure.
Um.
I'm perfectly fine to wait a little while for that if you want to just roll on it and give yourself some time to think about it, or maybe come up with it during the break or something like that.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
I'm,
Let me go ahead
I'm
and do that.
content to know we've got a clue, so that's
Yes.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. All right, let's follow Lady Ross Carter and then head over to Larrabee. So, Lady Ross Carter, you follow George. You find out his name.
Yeah, thank you.
George into the kitchen, and he's like, he's humoring you as you do this. It's like, oh, do you do a lot of cooking, Mum?
I do a few things here and there. So, George, are you the only one that works here?
For right now, usually get some help during the day.
Do you own the place?
Ah, yes, indeedy, Mum.
Is it a good living?
Ah, good enough as it is. It's like I don't need to be like those dratted toffs.
Have there been any cults around? I just like totally break like the innocent questions and get right to like some weird stuff.
You mean like those blue tears people?
Oh, yes, exactly. So they've been here.
Yeah.
A lot of them?
You had the one. Just bit of ridiculousness. That, I mean,
I heard one of them died.
almost a shame. But they made a show of everything. It was just weird. Just
Do you think it was on purpose? Or do you think it was an accident?
oh, you mean being dead? I thought you were talking about the blue tears.
Oh, I'll get to that next. Do you have theories about the blue eyes, the blue tears?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just for attention's sake. Oh, right there, right then and there. Ugh. But,
Do you not like people trying to gather attention? I see.
gather attention, like
Off-putting, right?
showing off the how rich they are. Just, yeah,
That's the worst.
absolutely.
So, did you know the man who died? I believe his name was, what was it, Harry something?
Leeds, Harrison Leeds.
Harrison, that's right.
Did you know him, Mum? I mean,
No.
like,
I've just heard he was part of, and I getting really close, a death cult.
oh,
And if I were you, I would probably not rent your room to such people. That news could go all around town and really ruin your business. Just saying.
I can appreciate that, Mom, and I appreciate the tip. As far as I know, he was the only one that was involved in that weird cult, you say. But let's see. Whether it's on purpose or accidental, who's to say? Belonging to a cult. Ugh.
Oh, but what if I were to say you were to say? What would you say? Accident? Natural causes?
Oh, he was as hale and hearty as you could imagine.
Mhm.
He'd gone out on some kind of expedition like 5 years ago. Couldn't do that if you were, you know.
What kind of expedition? This is intriguing.
Uh, there's something about the going to explore a forest. I think he said something like that. Ugh,
Just a forest? Was it on this continent?
I don't think so. No,
Can I roll the information move here?
absolutely.
With presence, probably?
Yep. You're commiserating.
I have a whole smattering of conditions. Do you think any of them credit where it's due and put upon and embarrassed?
I'm gonna say that most beloved would probably, if you fail or whatever, I think it's going to get you some
Leeway?
attention.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll flat +1. No,
Okay.
no bonus or anything. Got a 9.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm gonna head over
Yeah.
to Larrabee and then resolve everybody's moves, like when we come back after the third prompt. All right. So Larrabee, you're continuing to follow Taggard, and you had a 10 for the info move. So I mean, like, you're doing great. I mean, like, you're just you're stealthing him so hard that he has no idea, or he is also very engrossed in who he's finding and who he's talking to, that he is not paying attention. And he's also a slime ball, so he's too cocky to think that anybody would dare mess with him as well. So, what would you like to do?
So you said he was heading in the. He said we were at the. He was like going to see a show or something like
Yeah,
that,
like
or
you
he's
like you
just
guys are all around the Covent Garden area, so there's the
okay.
market in front of Covent Garden right now, and he's going around to the
So
different
he's kind
spots.
of like going around through the market. He doesn't seem to be heading toward any of the theaters.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do here?
I mean, there's still good enough time before the show that he could even conceivably, like, stop off and like have a meal if he wanted to, which he might still.
Got it. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to continue to follow him. Although I think I want to try to. Yeah, I don't want to lose him yet. So I think I'm just going to continue. I think I'm just going to continue following him. I definitely want to follow up on these red kerchiefed people, but I think I just want to see where he's going and what he continues to be up to. So I think I'm just going to continue stalking him for now.
Okie dokie. Da, 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 da. Now, let me see
I'm
something.
I'm not ready to confront him yet because I know he's playing some kind of angle.
Of course. I'm going to say, just to give you an opportunity to try something a little different, I'm going to say that maybe perhaps there's a tasting. Happens to be a booth, stall, whatever the hell you want to call it, that happens to have like liquors, like different kinds of liquors here that you can do some tastings, like in a little shot
Yeah.
shot glasses and stuff.
Ooh.
So, you know what that means. Or hoping you know what that means.
Yeah, interesting.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just offering it up. Because maybe he
That's
stops off there, like, as, like, as well. Like, he'll just kind of like laugh a little, like he kind of like takes a little tipple, like, like shoots it up a bit, and then we'll, talk to somebody that's nearby, as if he's just like, just, what's the word? Like, just kind of commiserating with somebody next to him, but you notice it's a little bit too long, as if he does know the person. So,
got it. Well, I think I will. I think I will also. I think I will also walk in there and participate in a tasting. And I'm not sitting like right next to them, but I'm
oh no,
sitting clear. I'm sitting near enough to eavesdrop on their conversation.
sure, okay, all right. So,
And again, trying not to, trying to not to be too obvious and to hope that he's not going to recognize me.
all right. Well, you get advantage because you're going to be rolling with vitality. So, if you want to use the move, go ahead with advantage.
Um, I'm not sure which move you're referring to.
You have. Am I on the right one? Yeah, I am. Cruel is the harlot's curse.
Oh, okay, I can do that. Oh, I can do that here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I was I was
You're not
indeed
with
hoping to.
any. You're not with anybody else. I mean, like, I'm good. I'm gonna allow it. It's fine.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, in that case, yeah. Well, in that case, if it's for okay, cool, cool, cool. Excellent. I didn't realize that was the direction you were going in, and I was actually hoping to hit this move eventually. I didn't think that was going to be now, but this is cool. So yeah, she will absolutely partake in this tasting, and I think she will also start like chatting. I think she'll also just start chatting up. Like while she's eavesdropping, I think she's going to start chatting up like someone else that's there just to try to you know break some tension and make sure that um, make sure again that she's not drawing like not drawing too much attention to herself yet. And we'll
Well,
see what happens. So I'm going to roll with vitality
with advantage, I think,
with
because of clicking.
advantage
Yep.
because yeah, I do. So I'm gonna roll
3d6.
and
Take
my
the two
valid.
highest.
Yep, and my vitality is I believe 1. And let's roll that. That would be a 9.
Okay. All right. So I think you would, on a hit, clear a condition and choose one from the list below. All right.
On a hit, clear a condition and choose one from the list below.
So you don't have
Okay,
to tell us what you do right now. And I think
got it.
this is a good time since we're like nearing the hour. Let's go ahead and take our break. So Larrabee, you have taken a seat near enough that you can hear, although you don't have to be that close. Because maybe this particular tent is a bit crowded and you can find a seat among the throng, but because of your preternatural senses, you can actually hear a little bit closer than you would need to if you were further away. And what you overhear is somewhat of a disagreement. And Taggard's back is to you. And he's talking with his companion, who looks like a seedier looking businessman wearing kind of like a like theater finery, right? And he seems to be arguing with Taggart a little bit, saying it's like, I don't see why I should have to come over to the Langham. I saw a bunch of representatives already. Maybe I want to be different. Stick out from among the throng that you seem to have going in and out of your hotel. Well, I don't know about that, sir. I mean, if various trade unions want to make themselves known to me, then you should just fall in line. And that's what you hear. So you overhear them talking about a procession of representatives from various trade unions coming in and out of the Langham.
Nice.
Yep. And just shooting up real quickly back to the Footman's Inn. Jack, as you're looking at the book, let's see. I think you see sticking out from behind one of the pages, you see there's a card that's been addressed to Mr. Leeds, and it says, unsigned, it says, "We are monitoring your progress. Do not disappoint us." And in the kitchen, dear Mum, Lady Ross Carter, you're asking George, as he's making some victuals, like he's just like, frying up some plain food, but I mean it smells great, right? And he's kind of thinking on your question and says, "Accidental or strange? Well, it'd be bit of strange business, Mum, for all his fancy ways and talk. We found him. Little Mary had seen him kneeling on the ground once, like out in the yard, early in the morning. It wasn't like he's a religious man. He was just kind of dazed, right? Just looking up at the sky, like he's all confused and stuff. And just like he didn't even know what he was about." Mr.
Like,
Leeds.
had he been drinking?
No. She checked. She helped him up. Took a big sniff, of course. And that wasn't it. Not at all. And wasn't even like he had any, what's that smoke? It smells like cat piss. What is that? I don't know. And anyway, didn't seem like he was on anything, per se. So,
Very interesting. Well, I look forward to dinner later. And I turn around and walk away, back upstairs.
and yeah, you head up to the room. I will give you all circumstances as soon as we get through the third prompt, which is Clint. Bridget McKenna is a kitchen maid, one of the first customers to arrive at the market. As she moves between the stalls, how do we see she is desperate to impress her master?
So Bridget pushes through the crowd and she's clutching a small little coin purse in her hands, and her eyes are flickering from stall to stall as she's looking for the perfect catch. And that's when she pauses and she sees a very large fish laying out, and it's catching the light perfectly. She leans in and kind of lifts the gill up just to make sure it's all healthy looking. And she goes, yes, this one will do. And she calls the attention of the fishmonger and she says, I will take this one. And she's fumbling with her purse, and more of the people are coming around and they're like eyeing her and they're eyeing the fish and they're watching her, and she's quietly and calmly like counting out her money. And as she's doing that, she's noticing she has more than she would need for the fish. So she's going to show off a little bit, and she grabs an apple, a nice red apple sitting there, and she adds that to the order. And as she's doing all this, everyone starts to notice her a little bit more. And she goes to hand the fishmonger the change, and she accidentally just drops it everywhere. And it's so embarrassing. But she's able to round everything up. And we have a shot of her at the end, like she's like quickly leaving the market, and she's got her fish and apple wrapped up in a bundle, and she's quickly leaving. And then we notice that she has actually shoplifted a couple more of those red apples.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Oh, God. I think, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to combine your complications because you're sharing a room, right? So,
The complication is there is no cot.
That would be hilarious. But that is not the first complication. I think as you approach the room, he gives you the room number, obviously, and there's only 5 rooms on each floor, right? So there's like there's the ground floor, the first floor, and then the second floor, right? So I think when you near the room, which is all the way at the end of the hall, you realize that there are sounds, surreptitious sounds coming from your room. Nobody should be in there. You have the key. Whoopsie. What do you want to do?
So as I was telling you, Mother, I say as I like turn the key and throw the door to the room open.
Night move, please. Basically, you are going, even as you talk, maybe you're turned slightly away, you're going to get a fist to your face as you enter in. What do you think will happen if you fail or lose your nerve?
Oh, I will, almost certainly I will, uh, stumble backwards into Lady Ross Carter, and we will end up in a heap on the floor, and whomever it is will either, you know, abscond or, you know, or continue to, you know, or hurt us worse.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely will say that they will hurt you worse to make sure that you can't see or like say like who was there, and then maybe you don't look like you have any finery on you, but I think perhaps did you
I
take
do
that
not.
card? Did you take that card for
Yeah, I mean, so in my head, so kind of the way you described it, it was kind of tucked in,
Mhm.
and it seemed like something he might miss if I were to take it.
Okay.
So I didn't think that I think I would have made note of it, you know, but left it tucked in there, you know, kind of took a quick glance at it, but left it tucked in.
Right.
But not necessarily have taken it with me, no.
Okay, all right, that's fine. But I think like maybe that this person will take something of yours, either yours
Yeah,
or Lady
sure.
Ross Carter's,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
that's how it's worse. But we'll probably try to knock out you both.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that's a night move with vitality because again you're getting punched.
Vitality, yeah, I'm getting punched. All right. I am going to, what am I going to mark? I'm going to mark my, I'm going to mark King Oberon's Little Black Book, which I have been consulting here and there, you
Hmm.
know, like you know, in between destinations in a carriage and stuff like this. And in it are also are not just, you know, his notes of his conquests and stuff like that, but little tales of like fisticuffs and duels he's gotten in and things like that. And perhaps I read something about, you know, I having read something about learning how to just, you know, kind of like, uh, uh, you know, go with the flow when something like this happens.
Sure.
I'm going to try and remember his words as I adapt to this, as I try to keep from getting taken down
Okay.
by this
With
punch.
with
So
advantage.
yeah, so burp, and I'm pretty hale and hearty sort, former Roman soldier and all that. So I got +2 on vitality. So that's 3, and I'm gonna take the 2 highest.
Highest. Yeah.
Which dice style? I'm gonna click that. 14.
Dang. Okay. Well, you get narrative control.
Mhm.
You know, see the fist coming at you. What do you do?
I mean, I do one of these things where I just kind of like turn and like reach up, and like my hand goes inside the elbow, and I kind of tap the arm in,
Ooh.
and the fist wham, slams hard into the wall.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe a few bones break and stuff in the hand and stuff like that. And then I just grab the wrist, jack it up behind the back of whoever it is,
Mm-hmm.
grab them by the shoulder, wham into the wall. And so I've got them, kind of like arm jacked up like this, hand on the back of their neck, mashing their face into the wall
Mm-hmm.
style. And I say, you, sir, are going to apologize to my mother right now.
I get right up next to the person and I say, hello.
And you see, like, even though they're wearing like a
Like
man's,
mashing his face into the wall.
well, you
Oh,
you
okay.
you
Sorry.
uh
His or her. That's fine.
man's
Sure.
three-piece suit, but as you
Yes,
get
yeah,
really
okay.
close, Lady Ross Carter, you realize it's a it's a more feminine face, but a nose that looks like it's been broken several times, even though in this case it's not quite broken right now. But could have gotten close with how Jack had slammed her into the wall. Her bowler hat had gotten knocked off, and like you see the profusion of curls like coming down her face, and she basically mumbles something in German, and well, if you know German, like she's basically told you to fuck off. Um, yeah.
And and I say, "Oh, darling, you will need to do better than that." I have heard I've heard cursing that would uncurl your hair from no less than the woman standing next to you.
I don't need to uh, waste any breath on dogs like you.
If I release you, can we have a conversation?
I get up close to her and I say, dear, why don't you help us? And I boop her on the nose. There we go. Just breathe.
Gonna leave it there for half a sec. I'm gonna head over to Larrabee. Larrabee, what do you want to do? Oh, hold on. So with the 9, let me see. Give me a second. I think, complicating your life. Let's see. With that 9,
If this is going to color your reaction, I'll tell you what.
yeah. What
I'll
did
tell
you
you what
pick
choice.
actually?
I'm going to pick the resistance to the curse on my next quickening roll, which means
Ooh.
I have not picked you don't draw unwanted attention.
Oh my. Okay, thank you. Oh God. I think. Let's see. Unwanted attention.
I
Sure.
mean, like it's the night move. If Taggart makes me now, that would totally work. But you are the keeper.
Miss Larrabee, is that you? Hello. Are you out for a night of theater?
Yeah.
Right behind you is the little figure of Mrs. Pemberton Potts, resplendent with her flowered hat, diaphanous scarf, and lavender dress.
So I think, so. Rose like spins around on the bar stool. Well, Miss Pemberton Potts, fancy meeting you here. Why, indeed I am out for a indeed I am out for a night on indeed I am out for a night on the theater.
Oh, well, that's so lovely. I see that you are dressed in a finer fashion than your normal attire. How wonderful.
Hmm. Well, sometimes you do have to, you know. Well, I didn't want to necessarily draw undue attention to myself once I at the theater. I didn't want to block anyone with my with my usual Didn't want to block anyone's view with my usual hat.
Well, I'm sure someone would have said something and asked you to move it to the side, my dear. I mean, you wouldn't have had to keep it on. It's for keeping your head warm, correct?
True. Are you also out for a night for a night at the theater?
Of course. Of course. I think they are playing a little bit of the what is it? The Midsummer's Night Dream tonight, I believe.
Ah, yes. Now, some might think someone such as I is uncultured, but I have seen that play performed. I think it's one of my favorite of Shakespeare's works.
Ah, well, if
And
that's the
yes,
case.
we do know about Shakespeare on the other side of the ocean.
Oh, I was not going to doubt you in the slightest. I was going to ask if you wanted to be my guest in my box tonight.
Um, what, Mrs. Pemberton Potts? In fact, I would, I would be honored.
Please do. I don't normally have much for company, but it seems that my wards are indisposed for this evening, and, well, you're here, and I see no reason why I couldn't indulge with an acquaintance, possibly a friend.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I do. Well, thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate that.
I think as she's making the offer, she's taking your arm, and then you feel her gentle tug, like to get you out of the tent. And as you're talking, it's like, we hear your American accent, and others will hear your American accent as well. And we see the camera follow your backs as you leave the tent going towards the theater for the Covent Garden, and Taggart catches the accent and follows you as well. Condition marked by Taggart. But I think you also cleared the demurely curious condition since you got the hit for
I
the.
did.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
I did clear that one.
Perfect.
I got the hit on the move, which allows you to clear a condition.
Excellent. Okay. All right.
So
But
I now have marked by Taggard.
Yes. Okay. Great. And then. Okay. So we're gonna do the last unseen, and then we're gonna find out exactly who this is. Okay, for the Footman's Inn. Last unseen. Paint the scene. This is for everyone. Before dawn has broken, the market is already bustling. Describe a moment in which the loud, messy industry of the market reflects that of London as a whole. This is for everyone.
We have a shot of 4 or 5 kids. They're probably around 6 to 8 years old, and they've been hired to come and sweep up and mop up all the fish guts and debris and other foul smelling muck off the streets.
One corner of the market is devoted to smoking the day's catch, and as the smokers are stoked, a miasma of choking coal dust descends on the market.
As the market opens, we see like a bunch of people coming in and like walking in walking the corridors between the various stalls. And if I can go cinematic for a moment, the camera like pans backwards and upward, looking down at the fish market, seeing how things are laid out in squares, and there are piers with boats, with boats on the Thames, and the camera pulls back farther, and we see London as we see this as a small part of London, as there are many larger streets filled with many more people. And then we pull up and we see like the the warehouses and the much larger merchant fleets, like almost so that we can see how the fish market was quite literally a microcosm.
Okay, so back to the Footman's Inn, and Jack, you have Erica pinioned, and I think through Lady Ross Carter's wheedling, I think you do find out her name is Erica. She seems tight-lipped at the moment. What do you want to do?
I say, actually, just time out just for a moment.
Yep.
As a player, I'm thinking about, it's been several weeks. Is she, assuming that she's the pugilist that we heard about before, is she tied to Klausner?
Klauser, yeah.
Klauser. Okay, all right. Okay. I forgot whether she was like a Klauser thing or a Lady Pemberton Potts thing. She's a Klauser thing. All right. Okay. So I will like let her go.
She'll rub her
Yes,
her
yeah.
wrist out.
And I will say
Cracking her knuckles.
if Dr. Klauser wanted to get in touch with us, he could have simply sent a message. Although I suppose, after fashion, you are a message of a sort, aren't you?
I did not even know you were going to be here.
Well, you're in our room.
This is a inn. Anyone can be in an inn.
No, see, because I have the key, which means you are here surreptitiously. I mean, not terribly surreptitiously. There's nothing terribly subtle about that, but you're in a room for which you do not possess the key.
Oh no? And she reaches into a waistcoat pocket and she pulls out a key looking suspiciously like yours.
And I will take a step and I will kind of hold it up. I'll hold up my key so that she can hold up hers and we can see if they truly match. Kind of do a little thing where I line the two of them up and I'll go, oh, I do believe someone has tried to make a fool of the both of us.
Perhaps. Or maybe there is something I'm trying to find.
In this room, perhaps we could combine forces and find it together.
She has a look of complete and utter sus on her face. Like, I don't know about this.
Lady Ross Carter kind of steps up out of nowhere and she goes, "Ah, yes, teamwork. Always delightful."
This one reminds me of my sister. Offer her help, offer her aid. It's more insulting than if you told her to jump in a lake. Tell you what, I can tell how disappointed you are. Go ahead. You can just get out, let it out. Go ahead and hit me, and then we'll be friends. And we can do this together.
I look at her, I say, "If you don't hit him, I will."
Oh, not a problem. And she'll automatically like her form is perfect.
Mhm.
Like she just gives like without even without even thinking about it, it's like, she looks as if she's going to turn away, but then automatically comes out with a right hook that like just knocks Jack back like 3 feet, or a meter. And yeah.
Yeah, I spin, I sprawl on the floor, I like do one of these, and I pull the tooth that she knocked out, and I'm like very and I and I'm smiling and I look impressed. I kind of like I kind of I sort of reach over and grab the chamber pot from next to the bed and spit a little blood into it, and then put it back. Very, very impressive.
And she
Um,
will reach into her waistcoat yet again, and then she'll pull out like you know, a clean handkerchief.
which I will accept from her, and I will, whatever, kind of like uh, sort of like wedge it into my nose, and until the bleeding stops, and then I'll start to hand it back to her, and then I'll realize no, she's not going to want a bloody handkerchief, and I'll just toss that
Keep it.
into the chamber pot too, and and then I will kind of like I'll do one of these, like help me up. I won't say it, but I'll kind of hold a hand up and see how she reacts.
She's folded her arms and she sighs and she's like, "Ugh, fine." And then she like will grab you and then
Mm-hmm.
haul
Yes.
you up.
Yep.
She's like, you like
Whoop.
see the bulge
Yeah.
of her
Oh
muscle
yeah.
as she does
Yeah.
it. It's funny. Um,
And I will say, how did someone of your unique and striking stature come to be in the employ of an old lecher like Clouser?
and she immediately draws up when you say that and says, Dr. Lawrence freed me. So now I protect him from those who refuse to see what a great man he is.
Hmm. Well, we will have to we'll have to agree to disagree on the greatness of the man, but uh, I cannot argue with the quality of his assistance. So, shall we uh
She will begrudgingly say, well, you take a good punch, as she brings her fists together and like kind of cracks her knuckles.
oh, it's been at least 120 years since I've been hit that hard with just a truly yes, very impressive. Uh, so shall we? And I'll, like, uh, turn and start, throwing the bedclothes, whatever, like the bed sheets off of the bed, and like, kind of lifting up the mattress and sort of, starting to turn the room over. What
She
are we
will
looking for, by the way?
she will just kind of like, look at you incredulously as you're doing that and be like, never mind. It seems that I must not complete my errand tonight. And she will, you know, bow to you actually, like, a slight sharp bow, Jack, and she will say, thank you for the challenge. And
Uh, I am assuming that the next time I find myself in a similar circumstance, I will not be nearly as lucky as I was this evening.
that would be correct.
Auf Wiedersehen, Fräulein.
Auf Wiedersehen. Hell. And she'll actually, like, instead of leaving by the door, even though she has a key, she'll actually go out the window.
Yeah, sure she will. Okay.
Exactly. And yeah, so that's that. And for to close this out real quick, Larrabee, I mean, you find that Mrs. Pemberton Potts is actually rather charming. As you're watching, like, Midsummer Night's Dream, she'll like, leave you to enjoy it in your own way and such, but she'll only, like, Twitter at you, like, in the intermission, or, like, when it's like in the appropriate pauses and everything. She will not distract from actually enjoying the show, because she also enjoys it as well. And she will ask you at the end,
Did you enjoy yourself, my dear?
Well, as a matter of fact, that was a well. As a matter of fact, I thought that was a fine performance.
Yes, I find that particular actress is not, I wouldn't have said that she was suited to that sort of thing, but it is always surprising to me when people do unexpected roles.
Unexpected roles. Well, there you have it. I know I'm trying to fit into society tonight, which isn't my normal way to do things. But here you have it. This was a lovely evening, madam.
Quite. I had an enjoyable time. I hope you and your companions will, at some point, come over and enjoy some tea and refreshments at my home. My apologies. I must remember to put it out more formally. I know that Monday likes to have her invitations formal and gilded.
Well, I guess there's a time and a place for formalities.
There are.
But thank you, madam.
It's quite pleasant. I hope we can do more of this soon.
We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. And thank you again.
and I think from her hat, and excuse me, because it's like I wasn't quite prepared for this, but she will actually give you like a flower or two from her hat to denote friendship and honesty.
Why, thank you, ma'am.
You are very welcome. See that you put it in a little bit of water when you get home.
I will do just that.
And when a rose smells as sweet.
And yeah, close out of night phase. So let's go ahead into the hunters and the dawn. All right, no threat was resolved. Again, since you had the 14, again, you don't have to necessarily role play out. So if you want to call like La Hortensia done, that is perfectly fine. You could just like completely narrate like, you know, what you did, or you can wait until next night phase and say that you took care of her. I don't care.
I mean, I just as soon say that. Like after we had these scenes, can we like say we confronted Hortensia and you know, can we say that we confronted Hortensia and like let her know that you know, let her know what we know and convince her to turn herself into Scotland Yard under you know. She'll testify against her husband in return for a reduced sentence or something like that.
Yeah, we'll walk her in there and walk her right to DI Pettigrew.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. My mistake. Like, the threat of the Figs Pigs is not complete until you get all three.
We've got one more of them to
more to do
before you can collect. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay. So just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. Oh boy.
Yep. Yeah, we got one more to do.
All right, so answer Dawn questions. Let's go through. All right, Rose, Larrabee.
Okay.
Answered a question, yes. Did not resolve a threat. Did you experience an echo in the night?
I did. I went to. I got some fish and chips.
Yes. Yes. Boy. Did you have a raw, passionate sexual encounter during which
Nope.
your feral nature manifested?
Nope. And did
Did-
I use violence to solve a problem? Not this time. I think it's the first time I've had to say
Amazing.
no to that one.
Yeah. I mean, you had vitality, but you didn't use violence. Amazing.
See, you had that marked, and then you ran into Lady Pemberton Potts, and it was like I was waiting for it, but maybe
I mean,
gonna,
yeah,
gonna
I
take it
was.
slow. I get it.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Take
no, not this. Yeah. I had something in mind, but then Pepperton Potts showed up, so like, yeah, that wasn't
complicating
gonna
your
happen.
life. Yep. So take those points, add them to your advancement track, and go ahead and clear your dawn questions and change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. Lady Ross Carter answered a question, did not resolve a threat.
So I wasn't there last time when you answered the question.
That's fine. You get a
Okay,
point. Yeah.
cool.
Grab that point.
Delightful.
We're a team, brother.
All right,
yeah.
just making sure.
The only one that you can't get is an echo in the night, because like if you weren't there for a night phase, then obviously you can't get that point.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you're
sure.
here. You're here now. So yeah, go ahead and tell me. Did you get an echo in the night?
I did with the handing over the money, like I did
Yes,
with Jack.
I love it. Exactly. Okay. Did you leverage your social status to gain the upper hand?
A little bit with the wagon guy
Yes.
to get the
yes.
body, to get Jack's body.
Perfect. Did you use your loyalty to Her Majesty to justify
No.
your? Okay. All
Did
right.
not.
So take the points that you do have, add them to your advancement track, clear your dawn questions, and change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. All righty. And then let me just do doctors real quick. Okay. Answered the question. Da, 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 da. Anybody remember from last time emotional behavior from the last day phase? If the doctor did.
We might just ask her
Yeah.
online.
Yeah,
I'll figure-
we can just shoot Kim a Discord message, and she'll respond to it.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead and just ask her about the 2 dawn questions, and then
Yep.
we can give her those points. All right, so let's go to Jack. Answered a question, did not resolve a threat. Echo in the night.
I referred to Lady Ross Carter's facility with profanity, which echoed the fishmonger that we
Yes.
talked about. Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. Did you compare someone to another you lost long ago?
I compared Erica to my sister in her reluctance to accept help.
Yep. Did you push someone away because of their mortality?
Didn't really have the opportunity to. Lady Ross Carter is not someone that you push away, so I didn't really, I didn't really get the
Yeah.
opportunity to do that.
She'll push you away, but not you.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So take those points, add them to your advancement track, clear your dawn questions, and then change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. Alrighty. So that is ninth phase, or dawn phase. Sorry. And then let's see. Any playbook special moves that need to be resolved. So for the quickening itself, because you got the 12, what's the clue that you discovered
right.
during the night? If you want to just put a TBD on it, like
I'm gonna put a TBD on that and noodle on that a little bit, but it's gonna be something real. It's probably gonna be something related to Taggard.
okay, so go ahead and put TBD on Pinkerton from the quickening. So this way you can remember to put something in there. I don't even care if you put it in like the 11th hour. I mean, that's perfectly fine. To put your thumb on the scale later. Alrighty, so that's not a problem. Let me just check, because I thought there was something else with the cruel as a harlot's curse. Let me see. Is there one of those? Okay, no. Okay. All right, so you just gain the resistance to your curse on the next quickening roll. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, I put a line in the quickening move to like make note of that. So
Good. Okay. Cool. Alrighty, and then I think that was it. Okay. And nobody had to use any masks for this one. So the rolls weren't bad, thank God. All right, great. So, given that, stars and wishes for this shorter session.
I'll
Stars
go
and things you like.
first.
Yep.
Mike, I loved your letter at the beginning. If you would throw a copy of that in the Discord just so I could reread it, just so I could kind of remember like that type of thing. Like
That's good.
sometimes I'm like those details from some of those things I often forget. So that's kind of one I'd like to go back to if you would. Mads, your Pemberton Potts is so spot on and perfect that we didn't need anything other than like you gave us like 3 words, and it's if you saw all of us were like it was like we knew exactly what that was. So excellent work with just like very minimal words. We knew exactly just by your voice. So that's fantastic.
The other group has that same reaction as well. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Just this groan. And Jim, we got a scene. That was fun. I like to see you like get woken up and whatever. That was fun. So
that was fun.
yeah. Those are my stars. Wishes. I need to do a vulnerable scene next time because I was scared this time. But that's okay. That's the biggest one. Thank you. Fun night.
Okay.
I will go ahead here. I've got Clint. I wrote the words. What about cults? That was fantastic. We got this whole Rockford Files style like fast talk con going on, and then you're just like, but what about cults? To kind of just like that's the swerve there. That was and that was delightful. I really enjoyed that moment there. Mike, you're insisting to Lady Pemberton Potts that yeah, we've got Shakespeare in Boston. It's just like on our
In the States. I
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
say anything about
God.
Boston.
Yes, yeah. Well, whatever. I think in my head you're from Boston, but well, maybe New York City. I
Oh,
don't know.
she is absolutely from Boston.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just that, she doesn't
Yeah.
she doesn't
I mean,
usually
she
admit
didn't say that. Yeah, but that. But I love that you like rather than just talk about how you're familiar with it, that you made sure to get that like, and yes, we have it in the United States. We've heard of Shakespeare. Thank you very much. Even though she wasn't being pushy about it, just that like she brings that out in people, which is another thing, Mads, which is sort of a star for you as well, I guess. That reaction comes. I wrote down the words slack-jawed yokel for that driver that you portrayed at the beginning. It's just kind of like, and it wasn't like sometimes people play dumb, and sometimes they're like, but like I got the clear impression that he was like that, like driving a cart was like the absolute limit of his facility, like just as a human being, like that like the outer bounds of his capacity was to like keep that cart going in a straight line. And that was and it was totally like it totally made sense that Lady Ross Carter could just buffalo him like that.
You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it wasn't quite a straight line because it was in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Oh, so moving in a straight line exceeded his ability, but that's the voice and the affect and everything that was I really enjoyed that. Wishes. I'm gonna want to meet that boxer again. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I felt like there was something there.
Oh yeah.
Me and the Fraulein. And
I felt like there was like some kind of Klingon thing going on, Jim. Sorry.
So like I feel like there's something there. And I'm curious what the good doctor will think of that, and whether she thinks there's something there, or whether she's. I think she might be a little dubious about that as a as a potential match. But I'm eager to have the three of us in the same space. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Also, and definitely want to get my head back together with Rose and talk about getting shot by her, her Pinkerton there, and where that's going to go.
Cool. I'll go. Yeah. Stars to everyone. This is a really fun session. Clint, a big star to you for the like finding Jack and like trying to figure out like how to wake him back up. That was great. Like, oh. Like, I pick up his head, I move it back and forth, I pick up his arms, try to like pull his legs. That was just fan-freaking-tastic. I loved that scene. Star to both Clint and Jim for like that whole like doing the whole buddy cop thing. Yeah. What? I'd love to see more of that. Like most awkward buddy cops on any show ever. That was great. I loved that. Um, the whole like just suddenly like playing off of each other like, oh well, yes, clearly you're my mother. That was just like great spontaneous play. I really enjoyed that. And I loved and Jim, star to you for the scene with um you and the like your description of how you took out Fryline. I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Erica.
Erica. And that whole like interaction there, and I'm gonna throw a star to you, Mads, for how you portrayed Erica. For that matter, how you portrayed all of the NPCs. Just they, um, you know, I love your voices. I love how you like draw a very strong distinction between all of the NPCs. Voices and accents are something that I don't do as a GM, and I just love the fact that you do, and it's really a lot of fun to play off of.
Thank you.
Cool. As for wishes, well, I'm looking forward to when Kim can rejoin Kim rejoins. I would like I would like to have another extended scene with Lady Ross Carter. I think it's been a while since Rose and Ross Carter have had an extended scene together. And I'm also looking forward to like talking with Jack about the whole Taggart thing, and perhaps what he knows about like what he may have gleaned from Rose from looking at how this letter had been addressed to her.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna put down the wish first because it's like, I do want to see the pairings again because I mean, like, because of absences, whatever the hell. I mean, like, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, like to see Larrabee and Lady Ross Carter again, those are cool. But I mean, if you haven't already had some kind of interaction with one of the characters more, then like I would like to see that kind of matchup as well because those were fun to see. I mean, like, yeah, the buddy cop thing between Jack and Lady Ross Carter was amazing. um I don't know about buddy cop necessarily, more of kind of like heist, felt more like a heisty kind of thing because immediately Jack goes into, and with my dear mother, and I'm just like, could you just do any more wink, wink, nudge, nudge? That was so funny. And then I wasn't sure whether that was deliberate, condescending, or if it was completely accidental, but the whole idea of like, picking out the change and then dropping it on the counter and stuff like that. I just thought that was just so characteristic of an older person that I thought that was lovely because it was just like, yeah, I get it. I get that, from George, and that was a lot of fun to see. And then, having Larrabee be active, but yet also, have to be more stealthy about it. I enjoyed that a lot, and I'm glad to see it's like, you're not always about violence. I know you want to be, but sometimes you don't have to be. Sometimes it's just a matter of like doing the stalk part of your curse rather than doing the full out violence. So kudos to that. Other things, I mean, like obviously the masks were fantastic and the unseens as well. So, I mean, like, always great narrations that we hear. So more of that, please. And yeah, I think everybody else covered all the other stuff that was really fun to watch. So yeah, like hopefully we'll get Kim back for next time and have the full house for the next time that we meet. I don't think there was anything outstanding. We should have covered everything. And now it's just a matter of like looking at what threats you have on the board and seeing if you start coming up with, answers, right? And then see what you're close to resolving or want to investigate more of. So, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for dealing with all of the stuff. It's always a joy to play all the different NPCs. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And my take on it is, I'm glad to do all the different characters because it keeps me in practice. But I feel like you don't even have to have the voices. It's more of like just kind of like the subtle takes on each different person as a person that you would possibly see in real life, right? So, yeah. You guys have a wonderful week. Happy gaming, and I will see you next time. Thank you.